Continuing, this is episode 2 here. If we remember, in episode 1 we had created my deal, and we had also created a second version of it. The thought was that the party on the other side had counter-proposed. So we had set up as 500 and the party on the other side counter-proposed 400. So that's where we were, and we were looking at this document which shows the difference, this view which shows the difference between the our document and the one as revised by the counterparty. So now let's do something a little more lawyerly, and let's add a little bit more text. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to this form here, and we'll do that by going up to back to where we started from. So remember, we were in GitForLaw, and we were in G, because that's where we're going to put all, and it was my deal. So here we have our terms again in my deal, like this, and this shows the new version, the $400 version. And now we're going to modify this. We're going to be talking about when payment is due. But instead of inventing some language, what we'll do is we'll go and we'll borrow some language. And we'll borrow it, again, going to GitHub. And again, I've got a lot of materials where I've collected stuff. So instead of going to there, we're going to go to something that we call smack.org. Here I'll show you smack.org. And then back into doc. And we'll go and get some into G. And then we'll go to the TechContracts. You'll see there's a lot of materials here. But we're going to go to the TechContracts material, so alphabetically, TechContracts. And we'll go into the software license materials. And we'll see that we've got a form, we've got a demo, we've got some of the annexes and outlines that are used in that. But we'll go into the sections where I've broken all of these materials up into their separate sections. And we'll go into the compensation section. We'll see we've only got one file in the compensation section, but that file has all of the compensation section broken up into individual pieces. We'll explain some of this later. But for the moment, what I want to do is to borrow this section. And in this case, I could just borrow it like this, but to be a little more careful, I'll show that I can borrow it by going to raw, which shows us the source, the HTML source of these materials. There we go, like this, and I'll copy that. So I'll then copy, and then I'll add this in here. So invoice, like that. And notice we've said 30 days, but our deal is 45 days, like that. So we can now save this. Payment terms, 45 days. And I think we probably don't need any further comments, so we'll just commit that like that. And now we'll see that it includes the payment 45 days. And if we wanted, we could show the other side what it is that is different about this, and you'll see the only thing that's different is that we have this new clause like here. Okay? And let us now imagine that the other side says, well, yeah, 45, but actually we agreed on 60, or actually because of our automation system, what we'd really like to do would be to parameterize this. So what we'll do is we'll say Payment.Due.Days. Okay, like that. And then we'll say Payment.Due.Days equals, and they'll say we said it was 60. Like this. You can begin to see how we'll be able to really make so counter on payment due with 60 days, and then we'll say and parameterized, got that spelled right, parameterize the parameterized as payment due days. Okay, like that. Oh, and while we're at it, maybe we'll also fix this spelling mistake. And verified equals verified. Okay, like that. So save those changes like that. And then we'll see that that's been fixed. Oops, verified is silly. It was version is what it was. And so we have this payment due days there. And again, they can then send this to us, showing us what's changed. Here we have version corrected, and we have, it shows that this was and now this is, like that. You see? That's so that gives us an extra step here in the collaboration, and notice that we've been able to borrow text. So I think that's probably enough for this